barn, and all the windows fastened down. I spent the night in sleeplessness and rose at every sound, half in hopeless sorrow and half in fear the day we find the soldiers breaking through to drag us all away. Well, just before the sunrise, I heard something at the wall. The gate began to rattle, and a voice began to call. I hurried to the window and looked down into the streets, expecting swords and torches and the sound of soldiers' feet. Well, there was no one there but Mary, and so I went down to let her in. And John stood there beside me as she told us where she'd been. She said they moved him in the night, and none of us knows where. The stone's been rolled away, and now his body isn't there. We both ran toward the garden, then John ran on ahead, and we found the stone in the empty tomb, just the way that Mary said. But the winding sheet they wrapped him in was just an empty shell. How or where they'd taken him was more than I could tell. Well, back inside the house again, the guilt and anguish came. And everything I promised him just added to my shame. The choices I denied, I knew his name. And even if he was alive, it wouldn't be the same. Suddenly the air was filled with strange and sweet perfume. The light that came from everywhere drove shadows from the room. Jesus stood before me with his arms held open wide, and I just fell down on my knees and clung to him and cried. And as he raised me to my feet, I looked into his eyes. I loved him like sunlight from the sky. Guilt in my confusion, it disappeared in sweet release. And every fear I'd ever had just melted into peace.